In this video, I will show you how to disassemble a PlayStation 3 original console. This one is the CECHG01 system. I've already disassembled and taken the screws out of it to speed up the video. The first screw you will need to take out is under the void sticker. It is a T10 security bit. That one is the only security bit on the system, so you only need the screwdriver one time to open it, one time to close it. After you take that screw out, the top just slides right off, and of course you can set that to the side. The next, on this particular console, there are 7 screws. On the older systems that are backwards compatible, there are the same 7 screws, plus 2 more screws that hold in the card underneath. Each screw, each location, they are very long screws, but are easy to take out. I got one there, one there, one there, a smaller, shorter one there, and then of course one there, there, and there. You take the screws out. Sometimes you have to push in a little spot where my finger is over here, and it just hinges upward. Take it right off. Easy breezy. If you had the older backwards compatible one, there would be a card reader right here that's actually attached to the underside of this. When you flip it up, you have to take a cable out. That one's fairly easy to do still. Then, of course, once you get the console open, I normally take the CD drive out first. It, of course, is not screwed in at this point, but there are 2 cables holding it in. One right here, which you can just easily unplug from the board, and then, of course, one that connects it to the motherboard for reading and data and everything. That one, you have to flip a little lever up. I'll show you that lever here in a second. You have to flip a little lever up, and it's very easy to flip, but also very easy to damage, so you want to be very careful with it. If you don't, then you'll break it, and then of course the system won't work anymore for the DVD drive, or Blu-ray drive I mean. The next step is then take out the power supply. There are 5 screws holding the power supply in. They're all fine thread screws. There's 2 different types of screws in it, regular thread and then a fine thread screws. Regular thread holds the motherboard in, fine thread holds all the other components in. On the older backwards compatible system, there's also going to be a screw here and a screw here, which are also fine thread, but they're also smaller screws. Of course, once you get the screws out for the power supply, you can pop it up. You have to unplug a cable out of the back, and of course another cable from the motherboard. Set that to the side. Your last one is the card reader, or the wireless card that's in the system. You'll have to unplug the wireless cable that goes to the little adapter over here, and then of course the 2 screws that hold it in. On the backwards compatible one, there's actually 4 screws that hold it in about that location. Once you take the card out, you have to unplug it from the motherboard. Same deal. Be careful with the connector, otherwise you may break it and then it won't work anymore. This controls your joystick or your controller and your wireless capabilities. The last, right before you take the motherboard out, is the hard drive. If you don't take it out, you may have some problems later on. But you have to take the door off, and one screw that holds the hard drive in slides, comes out, easy. On the newer of the PlayStation 3, not the Slim, but the old style, the hard drive actually sits in there like this. Same concept, one screw slides out. Really easy to do. Now, on this particular one, you have to take a bunch of screws out. You have one screw here, 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 that you have to take out. They're all fine thread screws. They're shorter style. They're all rough thread screws, sorry, and a shorter style screw. You just take them all out. Then you have to take out the screw that holds this cable on, which goes right here, and then you have to take out a long screw that's holding it in right there where the marked red is. Once you take those screws out, the motherboard normally just pops right on out. Of course, you got your base, don't need that anymore. Then you have to take 4 black screws, sometimes silver, but 4 bigger screws. They're not long, but they're just thick looking screws out to unrelease the heat sink on the other side. When you take these out, you can just course, pop this black thing off. It's real easy to do. On the older backwards compatible one, you actually have little flaps you have to pick up, and then it pops off easy. Then, of course, after you've done that, you just hinge, of course, easily hinge it up, just like so. And then same deal goes with the bottom half. You have to unplug a cable here, and on the older backwards compatible ones, there'll be a battery over here you have to unplug. And then this just hinges up. Sometimes it takes a little bit more effort to take out. It is normally fairly easy to get out. And there you go. You have a completely disassembled PlayStation 3 console. Thank you.